Hi traders, good morning. Welcome to another session of Market Snapshot, and I'm glad everyone has joined in. As you join in, say hello. Today is on a Tuesday, guys, and we really don't have so much on the economic calendar. So remember, as we normally say as traders, once you wake up, have a look at your economic calendar so that you're able to understand what's playing out on that particular day, right? You really want to know that, what will be the fundamentals that will affect your position. So if you're trading the dollar, what would really affect your dollar positions? If you're trading the JPY, what could affect your JPY positions, right? So it's always important that we really get to open our economic calendars every day so that at least you have the fundamentals outlook. Remember, a good trader is one who combines fundamental analysis and technical analysis, right? So we have different areas where you could go for the economic calendar. We have forex factory, we have trading economics. So over here you could also have a look at some of the news that are coming out in different areas. Then, of course, you have something like for my FX book. And then, of course, we have investing.com is also an area where you could probably go to have more information, especially if you're interested in, let's say, stocks. Like, for example, as we actually, let's look at stocks right now as we get into currencies and commodities. If you look at today's earnings, there's some high volatile news that's coming in from a company that we all know. So the Pepsi stock, we should expect some movement later. And so for traders who are into stocks, this is something that probably you could be looking at. So this is the beauty of having a wide variety of websites where you can go for economic news. So let's go to our economic calendar. So we've said on Tuesday we really don't have much today. There isn't much that you could work with on this particular, especially when it comes to the USD, right? So we have FOMC member Collins speaks, FOMC member Bostic speaks. So what will happen most likely is tomorrow. Tomorrow we have we will see news from New Zealand, and this could affect the interest rate decision. So expectation is that there'll be that 50 basis point, but then again, just like we saw during the Fed, though we had called the 50 basis point, it could be lower, it could be higher than this, right? So that is something that will happen at 4 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday. So for today, without much of fundamentals moving the market, I would want us to go directly to our charts so that we can have a look at the technicals and see where the opportunities are. As we go into this, make sure that, guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the social media handles, FX Pesa. You will see we have we have a traders masterclass tour in Kisumu on Thursday. So if you're from Kisumu, then you might want to come in at Acacia Premier. Kindly have a look at FX Pesa social handles for more and register through the links provided in those posts. We also have an event, Trading Titans, in Tanzania, and so if you're from Tanzania and you're interested in attending the Trading Titans, kindly visit our socials, and we have those details outlined. Okay, so we'll start off with USDCHF. So last week we had this analysis that we are looking for short opportunities, then buy opportunities. We can see what USDCHF has done. It's indeed been a bullish push from our last analysis on Tuesday. So if you look at this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, so that bullish play went to script. So once again, remember, as a trader, you need to analyze your setups, right? So that at least you have a bias as to where the market is going. So let's remove this analysis from USDCHF from last week, and let's map it out afresh and see what are we expecting to see on USD CHF. So if ideally you need to go to higher time frames. So if you go to higher time frames, you're able to have a clear understanding of where the market is headed. So if you go to the weekly, we can see this resistance is still holding, right? So this is the resistance that USDCHF went to, courtesy of that moving average, which is the 13 moving average, right? Remember, in trading, a moving average can act as an area of support or resistance. So maybe if I were to map out maybe this moving average, the yellow one, which is the 5 moving EMA, go to the daily. So we can see some area of support on the daily on these 5 EMA. So let's go to lower time frames. So based on crosses, for those traders who understand something on crosses, we can see it seems like the 50 wants to cross above the 200. So in that case, this could present a bullish scenario. So if I were to take this trade on USDCHF, I remember once again, this is purely educational analysis, right? So for those guys who've been attending our classes, today we have that class at we have a class at 8 to 9. I'll be teaching more on this moving averages and also price action. And so we'll get to understand why we are doing this analysis. So if I were to if I were to take opportunities on USDCHF, I'll probably be looking for short opportunities to maybe 85.09, and then so what I would want to see is a short trade today. However, this is an opportunity to buy USD CHF at a cheaper price, right? So once it gets there, I will be looking for opportunities to maybe take that long position. So long term, I would really want to see USD CHF probably go to a moving average I've seen maybe this moving average. Okay, we've just surpassed that. So I would want to see this trade go to 86.28. Yeah, 86.28 is an area I would be interested to see on USD CHF. However, intraday, I would want to see how that trade plays out when it gets back to 85.95. So that's like 80 something pips, right? So that's not a bad move. Okay, that's 85 pips, 86 pips. So that will be the educational analysis on USD CHF. Now let's go to GBPUSD. What were we looking at on GBPUSD last week? So this was Tuesday. We were looking for short opportunities all the way to that 210, but you can see clearly price has been going down, down, down all the way. So let's remove this analysis because it played out well. For more on this, you can go back to my video last week on Tuesday. So once again, go to higher time frames. When you go to higher time frames, you want to look at the market. Where are we headed to? So we can see that support that has been playing out on the weekly, on GU. However, I would still want to see GU drop. Go to the daily. I would still want to see GU test last month's low. So what is last month's low? It's the lowest price in September. So this is 30.02. All right, so this is around 87 pips from the current market price. So if I were to look for opportunities on GU, what I would want to see is a bullish push and then a bearish push. So basically, I'm looking for opportunities to sell GU cheaply, and the cheaper price would probably be a push to maybe this moving average over here and then a drop. However, let's go to H1. So we are just trying to fine tune our entries so that at least we have a good trade. So maybe yesterday's high, maybe if G was to test this high, yesterday's high, which is around 40 pips, 43 pips from the current market price, then probably we could see a bearish push from that price level. So I go to H4. So I would want to see a bullish push on GU to yesterday's high. And then from there, we could probably see now the bears coming in. Take profit one will probably be at 30.45. And then next take profit could probably be at 30.02. However, I would still anticipate a further drop on GU to this moving average over here. This is a possibility that could play out 29.20. So we could see GU drop all the way to 29.20. Yeah, so if you're looking at a swing trade, then maybe if GU maybe gets to yesterday's high, then we could probably be targeting 215 pips as a swing trade. So that's GU. Let's go to Euro USD. So Euro USD, the analysis on Euro USD last week was also bearish, as we can see from these arrows over here. We were looking for short opportunities in two areas: take profit one, 1085, and then 1047. So we can clearly see how the market played out. It went all the way to some levels we had not anticipated. So let's remove this analysis from last week. And map out Euro USD afresh. Once again, disclaimer, this is purely educational analysis. So if you were to look for opportunities on Euro USD, would we be interested in? I want to map out this moving average on H4 and then go to the daily, try and see whether we have potential areas where we could see support, and more importantly, maybe once again we have a moving average over here, and then go to the weekly. So on the weekly, we also have that moving average over there. So just like in GU, EU is giving us an opportunity to sell at a cheaper price, but then we really need to identify an area of resistance. So what will be the ideal area of resistance? So looking at these, maybe if we look at the daily, can we see an area where we could be looking for short opportunities? Yes. Probably yeah, so probably we could be mapping out September's low. You see the low of September, right? Which was the lowest price in September, or maybe this one. Remember how we say support turned into resistance? Sorry, in this case, this will be support turning into resistance, right? Yeah. So we want to see this low over here acting as an area of resistance when EU pushes up. So go back to maybe H4. map out now these price levels. So if I were to look for opportunities, I would want to see a bullish push from the current market price of 1.0986 to 1.1 thousand. And then from there, we should probably see some bears shorting this market for 58 pips to that moving average. And then maybe after that, we could probably see another bearish push. Of course, after here, we could see some bullish push, and then we could see a bearish push. So if you look at this strong double top pattern here, it tells you that really this market is a strong bearish. Huh? But then again, we should probably see that EU come down to maybe 1.0893. So that will be an area where if maybe EU comes to, we could now be looking for strong buy opportunities, maybe for around 200 pips. Yeah. So that is Euro USD. Let's look at Bitcoin. I've been bearish on Bitcoin, guys. My analysis will not change. I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to drop to these price levels over here. Until then, I'm just going to be on the side on this one. UT100. So UT100, we had two areas we had mapped out, and one was this price level where we were looking for short opportunities. So we were looking for short opportunities last Tuesday for for Nasdaq to drop and then further drop, right? We can see our area has held as a strong area of support. Look at that. On Tuesday, price came to this area, buyer stepped in. Next day on Wednesday, market test that area out. Buyers were strong, came back again on Thursday. Buyers now push the market way up. So this is an area that was acting as a strong support. Ideally, we were looking for buy opportunities. So let's go to higher time frames. Let's remove this analysis now that it's been invalidated with the setups. So let me go to this one. Sorry. So let's remove this analysis from last week and map out EU afresh. Sorry, Nasdaq afresh. So if I were to take opportunities on Nasdaq, what would I be looking for? I'm still looking for buy opportunities. If you look at these rejection candles, it seems like this area has some buyers, right? And so maybe we could see a bullish push. But then again, there's something that's happening in the US. We've seen the Hurricane Milton, right? It's been upgraded to category 5, and that means there's a lot in play, right? And actually, on that note, we'll be looking at some stocks that maybe you could be looking for opportunities on these particular stocks in light of the hurricane, right? We know during hurricane there's some infrastructures that would get destroyed, so companies that are into maybe electricity supply, we expect their stocks to tumble. If you're looking at insurance companies, you'll expect their stocks to tumble because of the expected payouts for those guys who are taking insurance. But then again, we'll have a look at that. So there's a possibility that also we could see UT100 going past this area of support to test probably this area over here. 19,436. 19,436. That's an area probably we could see on UT100. So let's go to this one for setups. If you are looking for opportunities, maybe entry positions, I could probably be interested in seeing UT100 maybe map test this candle over here, maybe the weekly high, right? So we could see probably UT100 test that high and then drop. So if I were to take trades on this one, I'll be interested in that push. and then maybe a drop. That is what I'll be looking at on UT100. So based on take profit levels, remember we normally insist on managing your trades. I normally say it's really not ideal for you to be 50 pips in profit only for your trade to turn into negative, right? So book your profits along there. So if I were to look for areas where I'll be booking my profits, probably I'll be interested in this price level over here, which was last week's low, maybe 19618 before continuation of the bearish push. What about AUDUSD? I don't know whether we have analysis from last week. So this is the sell trade. We were also looking for sell opportunities on AUDUSD. So we can see that drop that played out nicely, and we can see the target we had anticipated was an area which was an area of support, because we can see when price got to this target area, we can see the bulls came in strongly for around, I think, 50 pips before now the whole market went down. So let's remove this analysis. So if we go to AUDUSD, we're still looking for maybe buy opportunities. Our target is this moving average over here, which is around 40 pips, 43 pips from the current market price. So if EU was to drop, we could probably be anticipating a drop to that price level. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, so once again, just like we've seen on EU and even GU, if we were to find some opportunities to sell EU, I would probably want to see a bullish push to maybe today's Asian high, which is the highest price during the Asian session. So maybe a bullish push. Maybe we could see this bullish push, and then now after that we could probably now see the bears push the market all the way for around 82 pips. Yeah, so that is what I would be looking at on AUDUSD. On gold, what was the analysis last week on gold? So we were looking at a bullish push and then a bearish push. So we can see clearly this is one of those trades that didn't play out. But then again, we had mapped out a possible area of support up here. You can see that area holding, because if you look at it on H4, you can see the close of the candles. They are closing below that area of support, right? So we can see that clearly that represents a strong resistance. So let's remove this analysis from last week. So what are we expecting on gold? Remember, once again, we have the uncertainty playing out in the Middle East. Everyone is expecting Israel will retaliate in terms of Iran, what Iran struck their defenses last week? So everyone is expecting that indeed Israel will have to strike back, right? So if I were you, I'll be looking for opportunities to buy gold, because we really don't know when. Because Iran has said once Israel attacks them, then now they could consider going all out, right? We've seen missiles from Iran penetrated defense systems in Israel. So that was shocker for a lot of people, considering that US forces were even striking down some of the missiles, but still some of them got their way into Israel. So that tells you no one anticipated maybe Iran to have such kind of weapons, and so and they've said that that was just a show. They have more in store for Israel if they attack. So courtesy of that uncertainty, when Israel strikes, what will be the counter from Iran? Guys will tend to push to gold, right? Because it's a safe haven, and also JPY pairs, and maybe even CHF pairs, right? Yeah. So in this case, we probably I'm still bullish on gold. Maybe we could see gold test out this moving average, because we can see how price has been operating on gold on this moving average. Look at that. It's either operating on the 13 moving average, which is the red one, or the 5 moving average, which is the yellow one. So every time price gets past the 5 EMA, it comes to the 13 EMA, and 13 EMA acting as an area of support. So there's a possibility that we could wait gold to hit 26.19. Now these 5 EMA that has been acting as support, and maybe from that you could probably now see a bullish push. So if I were to look for opportunities on gold, I would be interested to see how gold reacts when it gets to this moving average. Maybe this is when, after it gets to this moving average, we could see that Israeli strike. And then we could probably see gold test this high from September. So gold being a safe haven, in this time when we have this uncertainty, we should probably be looking for buy opportunities on it. What about USD CAD? What is USD CAD like? So go to higher time frames. So on Tuesday, we were looking for buy opportunities. However, we can see what happened really. There was a dip, and then the market went to these targets that we had mapped out. So let's remove these. Go to higher time frames to try and see possible pushes. So we can see last month's high is what has been tested. So if you look at these, if you go to this high, that is 646, it's been tested today, and there was some bearish push. So we can see this price level. So it closed in a shooting star, and then all of a sudden it seemed like sellers were in charge. But then again, seems like this area is not so much of a strong resistance, because we can see this bullish push almost playing out. So in such a situation, what you do, you go to higher time frames and look for other areas of support. Sorry, in this case, other areas of resistance. And in our case, go to the daily, go to the weekly. So you're just identifying where price could probably be seeking support. No, sorry, resistance in this case. So I'll be interested in this candle over here. That is 667. That 667 is an area probably I would be interested to see how price reacts when it gets to that particular area of resistance. We have that, and then we also have this bearish order block over here, which was the last bullish candle before a major drop that led to break of this structure. So we have that 704 and that 664. Looking at it from an intraday play, maybe the area we are looking at more would probably be this one. Could probably be that 664. Right, so that 664 will be the immediate area of resistance that we could be looking at. If price gets there, then we should probably see some bearish push for around 50 pips. before maybe a further continuation of the bullish run. So if you are in an intraday position, then we are remember, if you look at these moving averages, we are still looking for opportunities to buy USDCAD, right? Because you expect this moving average, the 200, maybe to cross the 800 and then maybe signifying a further bullish push. So that is what we have on USDCAD. So if you look at some stocks, I was looking for opportunities to sell Hiscox. This is an insurance company in the UK that is quite exposed now in light of the hurricane Milton in the US. So if you look at what happened from yesterday, look at that bearish push, right? So all this when the market opened yesterday, that there was that dip, and then the continuation is still on. Another insurance company, seems like my sell limit order was not activated, right? So this is also another insurance company that is being affected by the Hurricane Milton, and so these are short opportunities, right? We also have Hartford Financials has also taken a dip courtesy of the hurricane. We also have AIG Insurance that has also taken a dip courtesy of the hurricane. We have Travelers. This is a company in the construction space also. It's also taken a dip because of some of the infrastructure that will need a lot of repair. So yeah, this is what you're saying, that you need to expose yourself to the global financial market so that at least you get to you leverage on things that are happening outside Kenya, right? So because you can hear a lot of guys saying, oh, there's no money in Kenya. But then again, as a broker, we've given you an advantage over here that you can leverage on what's happening outside Kenya to make something, to make some income out of it. So Pepsi, once again, remember we have Pepsi earnings. When you started the session, I talked about Pepsi. We'll be having those earnings later. And so we should probably see some move on this particular stock. Yeah, that's it from me, not unless there are questions. Once again, remember, those guys, if you're in Kisumu, will be coming to Acacia Premier on Thursday from 1 p.m. So make sure that you visit the FX Pesa social handles for more so that you can register. Please analyze GBP JPY. So let's have a look at GJ. So if you look at GJ, we should probably be looking for short opportunities on GJ. But then again, let's have a look at it from a longer time frame. Weekly. So if we go to higher time frames, then we still have some areas that need to be tested. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to H4. Yeah, so if I were to look for opportunities on GJ, I'll probably be looking for bearish opportunities. I'll probably be looking for that drop. In and out, Celestia, I think we've done that. Any other question? Also, for those of us who are watching this from Tanzania, we have Trading Titans. I'm sure you've probably checked out. If not, then go to FX Pesa social media handles, and they have a poster that's talking about the event. And so just register so that you can attend that event. Please check out USD JPY. So go to higher time frames. So we can see some resistance on the weekly, courtesy of the moving average that led to a more than 100 pips drop. Then we have that support. Look at this support from this moving average. So I'm still looking for, if I were to look for opportunities on USD JPY, I would still be looking for short opportunities. I'll still be looking for short opportunities on USD JPY. So that will probably be the analysis. Hillary, that's the educational analysis on USD JPY. Any other question? Okay, awesome. So guys, thank you for your time. Be bullish and have a peaceful week. Bye bye.